It's 2023 now. I still hear people saying this, right? Digital marketing doesn't work. Why do you think that is?
But then you need to define what doesn't work mean. You're not getting the results that you want.
Okay, let's just focus on social media marketing, right? For this purpose of the discussion, right?
So what's the objective here? So when you do social media marketing, are you using it to create awareness for something, or do you want to generate sales, which I don't really recommend. But yeah, so it's whether
can be done,
whether you create awareness for a product or service, is that, and you're spending an X amount of money and you're not getting the results that you want or you've targeted, then you need to define what that goal is, and then adjust and
so
see.
So do you think they're saying this because they don't know what they're doing, or they've hired people who don't know what they're doing? Why do you think then people have this?
I think sometimes it's a combination of both, or hiring the wrong people and having not realistic not realistic goals, maybe. Sometimes that happens, and you expect that you spend 100 grand and you expect to get 1 million eyeballs or something like that, and it's really important what the goals and objectives that you set, and then tailor that.
I mean, even in the early days, right, the focus was so much on number of followers, right, and then people started buying followers, because the briefs that clients used to give out is within 3 months I need 100,000 followers, right, or 100,000 likes on my page. And to me, like when they ask me those kind of things, straightforward, I'll tell them I can't do this, right? Because if I agree to do this, I'm going to end up doing what every other agency is doing, which is they end up buying followers. Because when they tell me, other agencies can do this or they can promise this, I can tell them straightforward to their face, this is exactly why they are saying, because they know after 2.5 months, if they are not hitting the numbers, they're going to go on Fiverr or something, and some platform, and they just buy like bots, right? I mean, now we know that is really damaging for your.
It is absolutely damaging, because platforms
messes up your algorithm, right?
Also, the platforms will penalize you, right?
Because at that point, people were not into the algorithm and all that. It was just all visual perception, right? Oh, my page has 10,000 followers, 20,000 followers. So I always refuse that. Probably I lost a lot of clients because of that. Because for them is, I want to spend this much money. End of 3 months, I need to show my boss 10,000 likes.
Because it's always about ROI, right? What are you giving me for this
ROI,
money?
Right? Because for them is when someone comes to their page, they want to see that, our page has 20,000 followers, right? But they're all bots. So to me, even before I even learned about how it affects the algorithm and all, to me, it never made sense. Because yes, you can show perception, right? Now, because you have 20,000 followers, maybe another 5 people will follow your page. But who are you marketing to then, right? Every content that you're making, I'd rather have 5 people who genuinely know my brand and they're real human beings that I can potentially sell to, than to have like 20,000 bots or 50,000 bots there. So that never made sense, right? But I feel like till now people are still doing it, because I've seen a lot of pages when clients show me their page, when I just a quick glance, right? 100,000 followers, every post has 2 likes. Then I think you pretty much know.
I think it also happens with people who are setting up their social media accounts as a new social media account. You're trying to grow it, so it becomes important that you reach a certain number of likes.
Quick traction,
the quick traction, or so they expect that kind of results, that ROI, and maybe it's a branding issue, right?
So it's more to branding.
Why does my social media account only have 10 followers? And how is that credible as a brand? So becomes an account.
So that's one thing. I mean, I wish more people understand this, how it affects your algorithm as well. Like for example, let's talk about Facebook page, right? Facebook works on a sampling method, right? So this is something you guys should know, right? Whether you're a professional doing digital marketing or you're a client, you're paying someone. If you have 10,000 bots on your page, and maybe another 10,000 real people, right? But when you post the content, Facebook shows it to maybe 2% now, I think. Organically they show to 1 or 2%, right?
2% is quite high.
1% I think. So they will, a lot of people don't know this, right? So Facebook will first only show it to 1% of your audience, and they see the reaction, right? So if the 1% react to it, they like it, they comment, they share it, then the algorithm will help you to reach out more people. So what happens is Facebook only shows it to the bots. So the 1% ended up the bot accounts. The bot accounts will have 0 reaction to your content, right? So you would have probably spent 50,000 to produce a beautiful video, marketing video for your page, and then when you upload it, it's shown to bots, and the bots don't react, and Facebook algorithm will think this is a crappy content, right? and then you'll get 50 reach
Yeah.
organically.
Yeah.
So you've just wasted so much of effort, money, time, everything, just because you have bots. So I always tell clients, if you have bots on your page, if you even suspect that the previous team or agency, whoever have bought bots, just delete the page. Delete the page, start from zero, right? Because otherwise it's totally pointless what you're doing there. So I think these people should realize this. So if you guys are still buying likes for your clients or bots and all that, please stop doing it. You'll just mess up the whole thing. If you didn't know about this, just read up more and learn. If you're a client and you suspect your page has bots and it's very easy to identify, just delete the page, recreate everything from scratch. So that's how I would suggest. But if you need to learn more, you can always read up on this, right?
Yeah.
But the other thing about people who you said, people who don't know what they're doing. What do you think about that? People who, I think nowadays everybody claims to be a digital marketer. Anywhere you throw a stone, you'll hit a digital marketer,
Yes.
right? So, I mean, not to belittle them, right? Because everybody has I believe in entrepreneurship, right? I believe everybody has a chance. Everybody should be given an opportunity to start their own business or launch their own ventures, to try to cari makan, right? Everybody can cari makan. We don't want to put the sand on their plate, right? But what do you think about those people who actually don't know what they're doing, but they claim to know what they're doing, and then they end up creating this bad perception?
I mean, that's a dangerous thing. There are real digital marketers out there who are real digital marketing gurus or marketing gurus, right? A couple of which I look up to. People like Seth Godin or Guy Kawasaki. These kind of people who are really the gurus of marketing. And then you get those where you see on FB ads. Where those digital marketing gurus,
YouTube
where you
ads.
say, we will guarantee you an X amount, we guarantee you certain results, but sign up for my masterclass, the kind of thing. So we get a lot of that. And how do we avoid that? I think to avoid that, we need to set our expectations realistically, have realistic expectations. What do we really want to achieve? I mean, is this the fast track that you're looking at? And whether these guys are credible enough for you to approach. And I think,
but primarily they are into training, right? They don't want to do digital marketing for you, right? They want to focus
yes
more on
and
training.
no. I think there are some who are the product, or
Alright.
some who don't have a product, so they are the product, or there are some who have a product or service that they're trying to sell. So it depends on who you're looking for. I rather they have a product to sell or service to sell, rather than they selling themselves.
Yeah, just upselling their training programs.
As a training program or masterclass or something. So do your homework, do your research, and if it's, it's a lot like an investment, right? If it's too good to be true, it's probably not real. So do your homework.
DYOR, do your own research.
Yeah.
But the thing is, right, we know digital marketing works, we know social media marketing works, right? We've seen it, we've done it, and that, which is why when people say digital marketing doesn't work, it not to say it makes me sad, it kind of frustrates me actually, because I feel like you haven't done enough research, or you haven't studied this enough to even make that claim. Because if you go out and actually see it, it works, because we've seen it work. So many people have. Otherwise, I don't think for the last 10 years, social media, I think in 2013 probably about where I started, and now it's been about 10 years, and people are spending way more and more money, right, on social media marketing.
They're spending a lot of more money also because organic reach is so crappy, right? There's less and less organic reach. Actually, there was something that I want to talk to you about organic reach. Is it even real anymore? If you look at an IG timeline, if you look at a Facebook timeline,
it's
organic reach is crappy.
I think it's because the
they
platforms
expect you to buy.
The platforms
ads.
are hustling you, right?
Yeah.
Basically, because I think they're trying to force you to pay money, right? They want you to spend money. But I feel like that's where, as digital marketers, you have to be more creative, right? So now that the platforms are kind of stifling or whatever, kind of suppressing your likes. So instead of just complaining, hey, it doesn't work,
You gotta be creative and
how do
innovate, right?
Obviously 10 years ago things were different, 5 years ago, now the platforms will keep evolving, changing. Or even if you need to move platform, right? If you feel like, okay, for my particular campaign or product or the audience that I'm looking for, I can't do it on Facebook anymore. Now, how about other platforms, right? Are they on TikTok now? Are they on Instagram now, right? So that's where, as marketers, you have to keep evolving as well, right? The trade has to keep evolving, rather than just say it doesn't work. Which is why if clients say, okay, to a certain extent, I'm okay, maybe you have had a bad experience, or but I think as digital marketers, you can't say that, all right?
How would you educate a customer, like you mentioned earlier, about them wanting to increase their likes or their followers, how would you educate them and
Okay,
say that, hey, social media is like an engagement tool. What you want is maybe build your brand and your voice through social media, and not so much about marketing dollars being
So
spent
to
for
me,
ROI.
I'm a bit old school, right? So I like things to be genuine because I mean we come from the blogging days, right? So content is king. So to me, I always believe in that. From the last 10 years, content is king. That hasn't changed. Platforms, tools, everything can change. Algorithms change. Content is king. So I think as long as you keep your content genuine, sincere, straight to the point, and it has the of course, you have to fit into the guidelines according to the platforms and all, right? Facebook has their own guidelines, TikTok has their own guidelines, and if you do that well, they will reward you.